Israel. Israel will, as a last resort, attack to prevent a nuclear-armed Iran. We will come to their aid.
To make the alliance between America and Israel stronger and greater than ever. Thank you, Mr. President.
So here's what Iran needs to get ready for. Severe pain inside their country. If they're itching for a fight, they're going to get one.
How close are we to doing that? How close are we to doing that?
We're a lot closer today than we were yesterday, and only God knows what tomorrow brings.
США обвинили в атаке на танкеры в Оманском заливе иранцев. Будет ли война Америки с Ираном? Ну, почему-то вот вас спрашивают. И что будет делать Россия?
Ну, действительно, замечание правильное. Почему они меня спрашивают, непонятно. Потому что нет прямой линии, наверное, с коллегами из Ирана и с других стран. Это мы не знаем, не хотелось бы, конечно, но в Соединенных Штатах заявляют, что не исключают и применение вооруженной силы. Хочу сразу сказать, это было бы катастрофа для региона как минимум, потому что это привело бы к всплеску насилия и, может быть, к увеличению, кстати говоря, и количества беженцев из региона. Но думаю, что и для тех, кто предпринял бы попытки подобного рода, это было бы тоже, имело бы, возможно, печальные последствия.
Well, let me just tell you that if they fire on the Islamic Republic of Iran, they will be opening the gates of hell. This is not Iraq in 2003. Iran is not a broken-backed country with an unpopular leader, with no friends and allies in the region or the world. Iran is a vibrant, powerful country of nearly 80 million people, most of them young people, most of them united. United at least in their rejection of foreign interference in their country, of a foreign attack upon their country. And Iran is militarily strong in the way that Iraq was militarily weak. The Iranians can fight back, and they will fight back. The drone that they brought down, they say in their territorial waters, gives an indication of the ability and power of their military. They have millions of men, and women for that matter, either under arms or ready to be under arms. For many of those, it would be a pleasure to fight the United States and its allies in the region. And I want to turn to those allies in a minute. Because whichever Persian Gulf country allows its land to be used for the launching of an American attack on Iran will itself immediately be in flames, probably within the hour. The Straits of Hormuz, through which 35% of the world's oil flow, not American oil, by the way, they buy almost none of it, but it will bring the economy of many places, including yours, grinding to a halt within days or weeks. 35% of all the world's oil will be passing through or not passing through a narrow strait that the Iranians can and will easily block. Iran is also unlike Iraq in that it has friends in many, many places, strategically important places. Let's start with the obvious one. When Britain and the United States broke Iraq, it automatically made Iran powerful in Iraq. Iraq has millions of allies in Iraq, all of them armed or easily able to be armed. So the first place that will pay the price for a Donald Trump attack on Iran will be American assets and allies in Iraq. In Qatar, in the UAE, from which the drone that was shot down took off, and particularly in Saudi Arabia. Their oil fields are absolutely vulnerable to Iranian counter-attack, and their leadership, particularly the UAE and Saudi Arabia, are held responsible in Iran for American designs to attack their republic. In Lebanon, Iran has millions of friends. It has a whole powerful guerrilla army that are its friends in Lebanon. Hezbollah, inside Palestine, throughout the Persian Gulf region, throughout the world, Iran has friends. And that's why we say, pull these airplanes away. Sail those aircraft carriers back away as far as possible from Iran's borders. This constant ratcheting up of war fever can only end in disaster for all of us. Iran was complying with the nuclear deal, the JCPOA. Everybody else in the world agrees on that, except the United States and its satrapies. No more war. No war in the Gulf. No war on Iran.
But we're going to begin with this as you wake up in the West. President Trump says the military was, quote, in his words, cocked and loaded to carry out airstrikes against Iran overnight when he suddenly decided not to do it. This morning, Iranian state TV broadcast what it claimed are the first remnants of the American surveillance drone they shot down.
The U.S. says the aircraft with a wingspan bigger than a 737 was flying over international waters. Iran says it has, quote, indisputable evidence that the drone entered Iran's airspace. The president said he called off retaliatory strikes because the estimated death toll of 150 people was too high. David Martin at the Pentagon, what do we know about this planned attack?
Good morning. The president's tweet describes what would have been a very limited strike against just 3 sites that were involved in the shoot-down of the American drone. It was a go, one official said, and then it wasn't. Another official said simply, cold feet. The stand-down came 24 hours after this, an Iranian missile knocking an American drone out of the sky, sending it corkscrewing down into the ocean. The shoot-down was celebrated on Iranian state television with a video purportedly showing the missile on its way to the target. But President Trump seemed inclined to write it off as just an accident.
I find it hard to believe it was intentional, if you want to know the truth. I think that it could have been somebody who was loose and stupid that did it.
That didn't sound right to CBS News analyst and retired Admiral Sandy Winnefeld.
I don't think it was a rogue attack. I think it was premeditated, and I do think it was a great mistake on Iran's part.
When asked about retaliatory strikes, the president was non-committal.
You'll find out. You'll find out.
But at an afternoon briefing, Democratic congressional leaders warned the president of the unintended consequences of even a limited strike.
The president may not intend to go to war here, but we're worried that he and the administration may bumble into a war.
The U.S. military spent much of the day declassifying intelligence to show the $110 million surveillance drone had not violated Iranian airspace as Iran's foreign minister claimed it had. The U.S. called it an unprovoked attack, which raised the question, would the U.S. be seen as weak if it did not retaliate against an attack on one of its aircraft?
Administration is going to have to respond to this or lose a lot of credibility and standing in the region and around the rest of the world.
Republicans like Senator Lindsey Graham agree Iran cannot be allowed to attack a U.S. aircraft without paying a price. And Secretary of State Pompeo is expected to visit Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates to discuss what the U.S. should do next. Anthony?
David, thank you.
پدافند هوایی خاتم الانبیا که با سینه‌های ستبر و گام‌های پولادین و عثمان لباس عزت و شرف به تن کرده و با فرا گرفتن تخصص‌های پیچیده علمی و عملی مبتنی بر دانش و تجهیزات بومی آمادگی انهدام هر نیروی متجاوز به آسمان و هوافضای ایران را دارد.